Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rose Wrights and I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction. If you have missed the previous 12 parts of this series, I will link them in the description box below. And YouTube told me that about 80% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. What are you doing? If you like what you hear, then leave a like and please subscribe. That would help me out so much. Now then, please enjoy Happy With You, Chapter 13, Group Project. This is ridiculous, utterly ridiculous! Chloe was, once again, acting like the world was ending. I demand to be with Adrien. It's not fair. Why do I have to be with Dupen Chang? Believe me, I'm not looking forward to it either, Marinette muttered under her breath. Shut up, trash bag. Is that the best she could do? Marinette simply rolled her eyes at Chloe's attempt at an insult. Ladies! Miss Fontaine clapped 3 times. Settle down. Remember, if you are going to speak in class, you must do so in English. Miss Fontaine was new to Francois Dupont High School this year. She was their English professor. Miss Fontaine was a slender, tall woman. She had blonde hair that cascaded down to the middle of her back and amber eyes. She was extremely pretty. She could have been a model if she had wanted to. Most boys in the class had crushes on her. They attempted to be the teacher's pet. Adrien stood up and spoke in an attractive yet accented voice. What if Chloe and I switched partners? I really don't mind. He had unfortunately been paired up with Lila. He acted as if he was doing Chloe a favor, but Marinette knew better. He had been dying inside after finding they were paired together. What? Chloe and Lila screeched in unison. Thank you, Adrien, Miss Fontaine said pleasantly. How very kind of you. Yes, I think that will work. So, Adrien and Marinette, you will be partners, and then Chloe and Lila, you will be together. Now, moving on. She turned her back to the class to begin writing on the chalkboard. Marinette's face was currently as pink as her favorite pair of pants. She was still melting over the word partners Miss Fontaine had used. Alia, grinning widely, poked Marinette in the side, snapping her back to reality. Hey, Marinette, I'm psyched to be partners for this project. Yeah, me too. She barely registered his words, still in a daze. Wait, what project? His body shook with laughter. When she stared at him in confusion, he thought, maybe she wasn't joking. He collected himself. I'll come over to your house this evening and I'll explain it to you. Sounds good? Sounds great, she said nervously. Adrien's been to her room before. No big deal, but the difference is she knows he loves her, and he knows she loves him. This is fine. I'm fine. Everything is totally fine. Great. See you later then. Marinette had no idea when she should expect him. She held her phone in her hand, contemplating texting him to formulate a plan. Just as soon as she was thinking, she saw her phone light up with a pleasant ding sound. It caught her so off guard that she threw her phone to the floor and stared at it. Adrien's name was displayed on the screen. She dove to the ground to retrieve her phone. She read the text, still lying on the ground. Hey, Marinette, what time would you like me to come over? Hey, anytime should be fine. I'm good whenever. Sounds good. If it's okay, I could head over now. Yeah, that's fine. Are you in the mood for some macaroons or something like that? How could I say no to that? I always thought you had a sweet tooth. Oh, you have no idea. Marinette's face went redder than her alter ego's suit. She wanted to scream out loud, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! In the midst of her mini freak-out, she heard another ding. By the way, I just got here. I'm downstairs. Cool, on my way! As fast as she could, she ran down the few flights of stairs leading to the bakery. Adrien! Hello! Nice to see you! She felt her face run hot. He laughed in amusement. Hey, shall we? He offered an arm. What, a gentleman? She took it while giggling. They ran into Marinette's father as he was coming back into the bakery. Oh, Adrien! Bonjour et bienvenue. Marinette didn't tell me that you were coming by. Tom gave Marinette a questioning look. Oh, I apologize. I should have let someone know. We were paired today for a project in our English class. I was swinging by to work on it. Sabine, Marinette's mother, had clearly been listening from the other side of the door. Ooh, you're a pair? Marinette's face went red once more. Maman! Then directing her attention to Adrien, realizing she still had a hold on his arm, she quickly released him. To go. We have projects and work upstairs. That made no sense. Adrien cocked his head to the side. Love you, see you later, bye! She exclaimed and grabbed Adrien's hand, pulling him along up the stairs to her room, but not before grabbing a plate of pastries so they could stuff their faces as they worked. They worked in silence for several minutes after Adrien explained the project to her. Adrien, so, how are... Their voices overlapped. You go first, please, I insist, Marinette said. Was her face permanently dyed red? It had been the same shade since Adrien arrived. Sure. I was just going to say that I'm so glad Miss Fontaine switched our groups and paired us together. His teeth were a brilliant shade of white. He should be in a toothpaste commercial, Marinette thought to herself. Yeah, me too. What a nightmare that would have been. Oh, sorry, Adrien. I know Chloe was like your first friend ever. She hoped she hadn't offended him. He put up a hand, easing her former worries. Hey, it's okay. I get it. I think she means well, but that doesn't stop her from being a bit, well, he couldn't find the right word. Bratty? Marinette snorted. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, how are we doing on this? Well, I thought that since you're a famous fashion model and I want to be a fashion designer, we could do a project on American versus French fashion. I thought it would be cool to observe how it is similar and what makes it different. That's brilliant, Marinette, and I could model for you too. Then let's get to work. Time flew by too quickly. Minutes soon turned to hours. The next time Marinette checked her phone, it was almost 2 a.m. Oh no! Marinette exclaimed. Before Adrien could inquire about her sudden outburst, she flashed him her phone. Shoot, I wonder if anyone at home is looking for me. Probably not. If they were, I would have gotten several calls and texts by now. That's right. Marinette remembered that his home life was much colder than her own. Adrien? She gazed at her sock feet, rocking back and forth on her heels. Yes? He was a bit confused and concerned. You can stay here if you want. It's really late and I would hate for you to walk home all by yourself. I have extra blankets and pillows, and this chaise longue is pretty comfortable. So... His eyes were wide. He had never stayed at a friend's house, let alone a girl's house. Correction. At the house of a girl whom he had incredibly strong feelings for. Oh, I don't want to be a bother and impose on you. Not at all, Adrien. Think of my home as your home. She smiled warmly. Wow, thank you, Marinette. He collapsed into her arms, embracing her tightly. She smelled of a light, fruity perfume, mixed with the aroma of fresh-baked croissants. Of course. She rubbed his back lightly in a circular motion. It reminded him of his mother before she disappeared. He wanted to relish this moment forever. He couldn't control the tears that were seeping out of his eyes. His back heaved with heavy sobs. I'm sorry, Marinette. Please, don't apologize. What's wrong? She continued to rub his back, attempting to comfort him. He then sat on the chaise longue, holding his face, avoiding looking at her. He was a mess. It's my mother. You rubbing my back reminded me of her. I'm sorry, it's stupid. No, it's not, Adrien. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring back painful memories. She was unsure of what she could say, if anything, that would make him feel better. No, he started. The memories aren't painful. Those memories are some of my most treasured memories. She would rub my back when I got upset or scared, sometimes when I was tired, and it never failed to lull me to sleep. Marinette crouched to be eye level with him, instead of sitting beside him. She placed her hands on his knees. I wish there was something I could do to help you feel better, but just know I'm always here for you. I'm always ready to listen, okay? He took her face in his palms. His thumb gently caressed her cheekbone that is now tinged pink from the contact, but she didn't budge. Thank you, Marinette. His emerald eyes glistened from the tears he had cried. He lightly brushed her hair out of her face. He slid off the chaise longue, joining her on her knees. She appeared to back away from him slightly out of shock. Is he really here? Is this happening? He placed his hands on her slim waist that dipped in slightly. He tilted his head to the side, a questioning look in his eyes, as if asking for permission. She nodded, still blushing furiously. He pulled her close and whispered into her lips, I love you, Marinette. Always. Then gently placed his lips upon her. It was so light at first, she wondered if it was truly happening. It started off gentle like a warm summer breeze. Quickly the kiss became more passionate as they were entangled in each other's embrace. Their hearts were beating out of their chests. They were in sync. As he continued to kiss her, he laid her down on the floor. Their lips never parted. He was now on top of her, kiss after kiss, enjoying the feel of her. Her skin ran hot. She placed a hand on his neck and ran her fingers down to his chest, and then to his stomach, feeling his abs. Suddenly his lips moved from hers, then to her jawline, her neck, and then... She burst out laughing. He was tickling her? Stop! Stop! She pleaded, tickling him back. Shh, it's late. My parents might wake up. She was trying to contain her fit of giggles as quietly as she could. He sat up, both of them still on the floor, heads reeling from their make-out session that almost became something more. Sorry, Marinette, he snickered. That was intense. You're just so irresistible. He gave her another one of his winks. I was afraid of us going any further, and we haven't talked about us or anything, so I thought tickling you was a great idea. I do love your laugh. He was still dizzy from being so close to her. She laughed again. I'll get you back, you know, when you least expect it. She booped his nose. So, time for bed? Time for bed, she agreed. She finally arose from the floor to gather some pillows and blankets. Wait, he called after her. She turned around and looked at him with a soft smile. Can I sleep with you? He put a hand on the back of his neck and smiled nervously. Huh? Sleep with me? She seemed shocked and her face went back to beet red. Whoa, sorry, I realize how that came out. I mean, we can cuddle until we wake up in a few hours. If you want. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything weird by it. His gaze shifted to the ground. Her smile returned. I'd like that. I'd really like that. Once more, she tenderly embraced him with a deep kiss, pulling him up the ladder to her bed. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed that, because I will be posting a new story every single day. To show me that you made it to the end, comment, Adrienette is the OTP. As always, stay miraculous!